All right, so we talked about training, we talked about personal growth and development. Kind of the trilogy or the companion piece to those two things is coaching. We talked about this a little bit in doing training, how that morphs into a coaching conversation. And the problem with leaders is, man, we're too damn smart for our own good. We walk around, we fix problems, we solve issues, we show people how to do things, we tell people what to do, and the whole time we create human beings that are dependent upon our information and our knowledge. And I know this from personal experience. I used to go on vacation, my team was blowing up my phone all the time, and I remember my wife once asking me, "Do you work with a bunch of babies?" And I was kind of pissed about it, and just because I was really mature, my response to that was, "Woman, what do you know?" And then after I got done sleeping on the couch, I realized that I should have responded differently to her advice. So my wife was right about how I was empowering my team. Because part of me wanted to feel smart, part of me wanted to feel needed, I was really quick to tell people what to do, give advice, and I didn't create the kind of strategic thinkers that really are needed in an empowered work environment. This is where coaching comes in. Some people ask me, because they come to workshops or they do one-on-one coaching with me, "Man, how did you get so good at asking questions?" And the reality is when I started as a manager, I was horrible about asking questions, partly because I was sure that I was the only person who had the answers to anything, and I didn't care enough about people, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, to actually ask them what they thought about a certain situation. And here's the thing about our teams. If we want them to be empowered, we need to treat them as the expert in their lives. They're expert at work and what they do. That's why we hired them, right? And so coaching is a way to bring out the answers that exist within someone already. Now the reality is you're going to get some resistance to this from your team because they probably think that they don't have the answers or they don't know. And a lot of that stems from a lack of confidence. Where does that lack of confidence come from? It comes from other leaders that they've worked for in the past who have destroyed their confidence. Again, when we use guilt and shame and condemnation in our leadership approach, we start to create people who learn not to stick their neck out, not to share, not to give an idea, not to give an opinion, because likely that is a stupid thing to do. What I want to do is start to turn that around for people, and the best way that I can do that is in coaching. Coaching is the single biggest thing that turned my leadership around from creating people who were adversarial towards me to where they built and co-created with me, and we created an ability to work empowered where they didn't need me to be successful. Lao Tzu in the Tao Te Ching said that a leader is best when their aim is finished and their goal is fulfilled. The team will say, "We did it ourselves." Good coaching requires humility. Good coaching requires listening. Good coaching requires that we see people as greater than their thoughts and feelings and conclusions about themselves, and that we see people as capable of solving the problems that are in front of them on their own. When you can get in that place as a coach, when you can do that as a leader, you start to create people who are empowered, who are problem solvers, and who know how to self-direct the work that they do. Think about all the growth and freedom that you could create if you could create that sort of environment with your team.